Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are making French macarons. We're actually making raspberry infused French macarons. So this is gonna be so exciting. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so first things first, we need to sift our dried ingredients. So this makes up a cup and a half of ground almonds, as you see here. And then also a cup and a quarter of powdered sugar. So we just need to get this super fine. So basically when we make macarons, it's not going to be like all ground and gross and crunchy. So we're looking for a really smooth top, and that is what we're doing. Okay, so I just finished sifting that together. We've got the cup and a half of almond flour and also the cup and a quarter of the powdered sugar. So we just basically needed to get that super fine for the macarons, just so they could have a really smooth flat top, because that's what you're going for when you're going for a prettier macaron. So yeah, so now we're just gonna move on to the wet ingredients. So I'm just gonna set that aside. No one ever tells you how heavy KitchenAids are until you actually buy one. They look so great when you Google them at Target, and then you actually buy one and you realize it's like carrying around a large child all the time. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So I've got the whisk attachment on here. This is just to like make sure everything's fully combined. So basically what we're gonna do is I've got 4 egg whites in here. So we're just going to set those in there. And basically what we want to do, we just want to beat them until they're like no longer translucent. We're going for like the white and frothy sort of look. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. We're just going to beat this with a little pinch of salt, not too much. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so it looks like we're good to go with the egg whites. They're like white and frothy, so we're just gonna start adding in our sugar. So we just need about 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, and we need to make sure that we add it in slowly. Okay, so I just whisked that for like quite a few minutes, and now we've got stiff peaks. We've got our meringue, it's ready. One sure way to tell is basically if it like kind of forms like a mountain like that. Another fun way to tell, try dumping this over your head, and if it's not, then your meringue is done. Okay, so basically now that that's all settled, we are going to mix our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients until fully combined. I will show you our macaronage technique that's foolproof every time for perfect macarons. Okay, and then before I forget, before we combine this, we need to add our food coloring, and also I took some freeze-dried raspberries earlier, and basically it's about 5 teaspoons worth, and I just like made them into a fine ground mix. Yeah, so we're just gonna add that in. Okay. So basically you don't want to see like too many like different, I guess like little bits and pieces of raspberry in the macaron. But before I even add my food coloring, I'm gonna see like how this colors it. So basically you're just gonna keep stirring this until it's like fully combined. This is basically called a macaronage technique, and what we're going for is basically for us to be able to make a figure 8 without the 8 breaking. But of course we're nowhere near there, but eventually we're gonna get there. Okay, so we've mixed our wet and dry ingredients together, and basically it's in the pastry bag now, so we are ready to pipe. So basically what you can do, what I did is I just did 4 dots at the corner of all 4 sides of the pan, just so the parchment paper would stick. We're dripping, so I better start piping soon. And basically, yeah, you just need to pipe the macarons in about 1.5 inch diameter circles. So that's what we're gonna do. Girl power, sometimes you just have to do things yourself. Okay, so yeah, we're just piping them into the circles. I mean, not all of them are gonna be perfect, but if you can get a few perfect ones, you're gonna be pretty happy. have our first batch piped, so there's about 30 of these, so it's gonna make 15 macarons. Not all of them are beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, this is my first time ever piping, so perfect circles, not my thing. But I think they're gonna taste delicious. One important thing we need to do is we need to let them rise before we put them into the oven. Right now, I'm setting my oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and basically what we need to do is we need to let these rest for about 30 minutes to an hour, and it's gonna give you like this nice, flat, smooth surface that you're used to seeing in like patisserie macarons. And before we do that, we need to basically bang this against the table. It's gonna basically release all air bubbles inside of your macarons, so you're gonna, basically it's gonna rise in the oven and you're gonna get that stereotypical feet that you see in a macaron, and you're gonna see the height. So you're gonna hit this, get the air bubbles out, and we're just gonna let these sit for a hot second, and we will see you back soon when I put them in the oven. Okay guys, so it is time to make our raspberry buttercream frosting. So basically I had to like third this recipe because all the ones out there were like trying to give me a shit ton of buttercream, but like I only need like a little dollop for each like macaron, which isn't a lot, so that's why it's such a small ratio. So we're just gonna do 1 stick of butter, which is like half a cup, and basically we just need to cream this for a little bit until it's, you know, like smooth. So that's what I'm gonna do. I got my paddle attachment on, and let's just, next I just need to add like a splash of milk just to like, I don't know why, it's just in the recipe. Just like a tablespoon, whatever you got. Almond milk, cashew milk, cow milk, whatever kind of milk you got, it's gonna work. We just need like something liquidy, and my almond milk is expired, so can't be vegan today. Actually, nothing in this recipe is vegan, so scratch that. We are going to slowly add our powdered sugar. I don't know exactly how much powdered sugar I sifted. It's just like, it's enough for the recipe. Like, okay. Also, I'm gonna add in just a little bit of almond extract just so it doesn't taste like nothing. We are adding in human brains. I'm just kidding, but it does look like a dead baby's finger. No, seriously, it looks like those horror stories that you see from Planned Parenthood. But yeah, basically we just got our frozen raspberries that I pureed, so we're just gonna put this in here. It literally looks like a human body part. Okay, so now I just have to basically find a match for each cookie. So definitely need to, I think I'm gonna pick the ugliest ones first and have them be the bottom so then they won't be visible. I think that's gonna be probably our best bet. So here's a pretty... Macarons have had time to bloom. They've got the raspberry meringue buttercream in it. They are good to go. I was pretty impressed with the overall texture. They're very like crisp on the outside and very chewy on the middle. I'm surprised that I actually got it this good my first time around. There's definitely a couple things I need to work on next time. One is definitely my piping technique. The other is I'm not going to be afraid to put a little more food coloring in because this is just not that vibrant of a pink. This is going to be a perfect macaron for Valentine's Day. You can make it for your significant other, for yourself, you can make it for your cat or your mom, whoever you're spending the day with. This is going to be the perfect treat for you guys. A pleasant surprise.
I can't do this. This is so big.
Take two. This is what happens when you try to be fake for YouTube. Oh my gosh, Anthony!
Oh my gosh, macarons for me.
Oh my God.
I love macarons.
I love macarons too. I knew that they were your favorite, and it's Valentine's Day, so I figured we'd be romantic. Why don't you try one first?
Delicious macarons.
Boyfriend seal of approval. If you can make these, you are going to hear the 3 most powerful words ever tonight. Let's get naked. Happy Valentine's Day.